So Ben Simmons is still a free agent, so let's talk about the possibilities of where he may end up. It was reported that Ben Simmons will not be returning to the Clippers, so he needs a new home. So I have pretty much looked through a few places, and the Knicks honestly were not on my list, but they're interested, which is cool because I feel like this would be a good spot for Ben Simmons. You know, he can come in with Jalen Brunson, he can pretty much play anywhere on the floor. I feel like that's really undervalued for what he can actually do, and I think he just needed a bit more time to get back to a better version of himself. I think he'll be a bit better than he was last year with the Clippers, and I think like a different scenery and like a different kind of play style may help him. I don't think Ben Simmons is a backup center, and I think teams that are putting him in that backup center position are just setting him up for failure. Put him on the wing, put him on the perimeter, and I think he'll be a much better job. Still a very good perimeter defender. He's still a very good rebounder. Like, there's still very good assets of his game. So let's go through a few destinations for Ben Simmons. I've picked 5. Let me know what you think. First place on the list is Philadelphia. Let him return. Let him return home. He's the reason I go for the 76ers. Ben Simmons was my favorite player. I still want to see him succeed. Like, he's still one of my favorite players, but it's just kind of hard to watch him now the way that he hasn't been on the court. So I'd love him to like make a return. It becomes like a warm welcome. He gets back in his groove with the team that drafted him. Number 2, I have the Warriors. The Warriors, they seem like such a good place for him. Him and Draymond Green, you know, all that passing to Steph. He doesn't really need to be able to shoot, and I know there's a history with Jimmy, but surely, like, you know, that was like 5 years ago. You guys can look past that now. Number 3, I have the Pacers. They need that point guard. They need that backup point guard now that Tyrese is out for the season. And what is like, you know, one of the best players in transition is Ben Simmons. So like, I feel like he would fit that core. He just needs to get his fitness up, and I think he'll be fantastic on that side. Number 4, I have the Lakers. Of course, it's the Lakers. Pretty much everybody gets linked to the Lakers. But Ben Simmons, he used to get called Mini LeBron when he came in. So, you know, why not just team up with the guy that he looked up to? He looked as a mentor at one stage. And for the fifth team, I was kind of tossing it up between the Timberwolves or the Nuggets. So I'm kind of going to put both of them in here because I feel like either might use his service quite well. Timberwolves kind of need another point guard. Mike Conley is on his way out. I don't think Rob Dillingham is there yet. So he could actually come in and like be a good fit there. The only issue is him and Rudy. They don't really fit on the court too well together, which might be the only problem. But, you know, if you have Naz Reid instead of Rudy on the court at the times, Ben Simmons might actually flourish and it might actually be a good fit, especially with that perimeter defense that he provides going on with like Jaden McDaniels and everybody else in that squad. And then with the Nuggets, like you saw what like the Nuggets did with Russell Westbrook revitalizing him. You know, maybe Jokic can help Ben Simmons find his groove. Ben Simmons can play along Jokic. Jokic can play along with anyone really. And the fact that the Nuggets actually have depth now, I think that also might help his case. But he is looking for more than a minimum. Hopefully he does get it. He's looking for at least a mid-level exception. So where do you guys want to see Ben Simmons land? Is he going to find a new home? I mean, I know Australia would be great, but it's highly doubting that he will come back.